Hello everyone and welcome to my first Halloween tutorial of the year. So I am flying through this tutorial mainly because it's a lot of tedious steps. So right now I am just setting this white base I have on my eyes with a very soft minty green shadow from the Just My Luck palette by ColourPop with a big fluffy green brush. But as you can tell by the title, this is a zombie pinup look. So I am just doing a classic pinup kind of smoky eye and just using green shades. So I'm going into the crease with a nice dark green from the same palette. And really blending this all out. This is my first full body paint on here, where I'm not using tights or anything like that. Now you guys won't see me paint my legs because they were actually already done by this point, because this actually took a few hours to do, but I figured I would show you guys the important parts. So I'm just going in on the inner half of my lid with a very sparkly green just to break it up a little bit, add some different shadow textures in there, and then going back in with the darkest green in the palette and just packing that on the outer lid to add a bunch of shadowing effect. So of course, because this is a zombie pinup, we have to have a big wing. I made it super long and sharp and skinny. Of course, you can always make it thicker, but I didn't want to cover up all that pretty green we just did. Throwing on some mascara. I did not put on lashes with this look just because I didn't find it necessary. And then we get into the painting. I went in with my Snazaroo water activated paint and a foundation brush, and I actually mixed this color together between the dark green and the white that I had in there. And let me tell you, I am severely running low on white, so I was really trying to put this on as pigmented as possible, but with as little paint as I could. But with a zombie look, it can be a little patchy in some areas, a little bit different textures, because it'll just like the skin is rotting differently in certain areas. So yeah, as you can see here, just painting my chest and arms, and the areas I am leaving bare, I'm going to fill in with other paint. So going in, we're going to paint a little white rectangle to carve out some teeth with. And then I went around that white rectangle with pink to look like exposed gums and jaw muscle and all of that stuff. And I just did this with a little liner brush. And then I went and did the throat area. I wanted to make it look like my kind of like trachea and stuff was all exposed all the way back to the bone. And then I did a little bit of pink on my chest here just to resemble kind of exposed muscle and, you know, the skin underneath. So it's very bright. It's a very cartoony, like, zombie. I wasn't going for realism here in any way, shape, or form. And then I just took it onto my shoulder, kind of following the lines of where my arm naturally contours to give it that look of like the muscle being shown underneath the rotting skin. And same thing with the rest of my jaw and everywhere else. And I just use this pink for my lips as well, just to keep all the pinks really consistent, but you can always use a different color. I went in under my eyes with a little bit of a white, and then I outlined everything. So I just took a black paint on my angle brush and started outlining everything and shading a bit. And then back in with the white to do the bones of my vertebrae that would be showing through my throat, and all of the bone areas that I didn't fill in yet. So just outlining the mouth here, going in, shading it, creating all the dark shadowy areas where there wouldn't be muscle, and then just drawing some lines to make these really square cartoony teeth. Then I added some eyebrows really quick with the black paint, and then a little bit of pink cream paint over top of this to add some blush, because water activated paint would not layer on top of this. It would just blend together and not look right. So I use a cream paint over top of my water activated paint. And this is it, guys. So this is what it looks like with the wig. I just threw the rollers in, and now I look like a pinup zombie who's just putting her face on. So I hope you like it, and I will see you guys in the next one.